evening, everyone. Hope everyone is doing meditation, or if you are not doing meditation, try to be mindful. Just try to be mindful is enough. Stay quiet and then contemplate on your body rising, falling, or just touching, seeing, hearing. Just stay quiet. Try to be upekkha. Even in the home, you try to practice as much as possible. This time is so short. Everyone is going to die, Just stay quiet, nothing to do, just stay quiet. Every time, just stay quiet. Just stay quiet. Just stay quiet and get used to be alone. That is very good. Try to be alone. You try to be alone, then you can concentrate and become peaceful. But keep on trying. The Buddha teaching is already very clear. We are going to stop all thinking. The 5 aggregates. Actually, the last part of the teaching and the ultimate teaching, the real teaching that the Buddha is trying to pass all this message to all of you is to stop thinking, which is the aggregates. Consciousness is also the aggregates. Vedana is also the aggregates. It's not about all the greed and all the hatred. That is only to tell you all this greed coming in is because of the aggregates. You have birth, you have body, you have violation means you start to have all the sense door, you start to use the sense door. Once you use the sense door, you cannot run away from trouble. And what is the trouble? The trouble is you will desire, you want. You want this, you want that. Gradually it become like a small fire, a spark, become a big fire. That's where the small fire become big fire. It will burn you. It will burn you in this life. That means dukkha. The Buddha says it will cause you a lot of dukkha. And then after that, this is the end. After you die, then go to the 4 woeful realms, Sama dukkha. So the Buddha say, birth is endless. So we must understand the Buddha Dhamma clearly. You don't have to really read all about what the Buddha is teaching. You need to really understand what the message the Buddha is trying to pass to all of you. And those who have attained like the Arya, like the Sotapanna, Sakadagami, Anagami, then Arhanta, they are called the Arya, the ones who have attained, all already know what the Buddha say. So only people like you all will be going around, thinking that maybe greed, hate, delusion, and also about the desire, the craving, the attachment, the craving, and then the cringing, all this paticca samuppada. Then if you start thinking, you will also go you will not really know what the Buddha is teaching. So the Buddha tell us very clear. So he has to, the Dhamma becomes so long. And everybody that talks about, tell you about the Dhamma becomes so long. There will be story after story. Story after story, simile after simile. Every one of you just listen. So, what you really need to know, what the Buddha is teaching. When today, after I talk to you, alright, I've already talked to you and explained to you about what the Buddha is trying to tell you. So tonight, before you all sleep, think about what I say. Think about exactly what the Buddha is trying to tell you. Actually, only a very little thing he tells you, but because we cannot understand, so the Buddha used a lot of example. Because this type of knowledge is not easy if without a Buddha. This is called supramundane consciousness. You have to develop your mind to be free from free from what? Free from all the hindrances. And the hindrances come from what? You ask yourself like that. So listen again. After tonight, you listen to this talk. Free from what? Free from, actually, if you think about Paticcasamuppada, it's talking about already existing already. You are already born, and you have the body, you have the mind, you have the what you call sense door, all the sense door, all the sense door, all you have already. Then when you have all this sense door, the Buddha says trouble come to you already. And this trouble has been endless, the Buddha say. So you understand? So the Buddha say endless birth. And who know there's endless birth? Only the Buddha know there's endless birth. None of us know there was endless birth. So today we are all very lucky to know there is endless birth. So when people ask you how you know, you say, the Buddha say. Then you say you trust the Buddha, yes. So for those who have not attained stream entry, they have not touched, people interrogate them, then they got scared, don't know true or not. Maybe Buddha is like other religion, they tell you only, you just believe, right? Not. But Buddha is different from other religion. Other religion is talking about belief. All religion tells you to believe. Buddha also tell you to believe, right? Not. If you ask anybody who don't know much about the Buddha, then they will say, oh, I believe lah. Then somehow how you know other my teacher, my religion also say believe. I have all the God up in heaven. Those can control this, can control that. So then your one is the same. They will tell you Buddha is also the same. Then if you are just Putujana, definitely welcome. Can see you tomorrow. Then you will also fall back and then have doubt about the Buddha. You see, if you are maybe challenged by other religion, if you are not a Sotapanna, if you have not attained, that's why the Buddha say you must struggle and strive. Actually, it's not very hard. Be mindful every day. Then don't go and mix too much. It's not saying that mixing with people is not good, because if you look carefully, when you go and mix with friends outside, you are just entertaining each other. You stay quietly, you don't talk, then people think you are snobbish, right? Now, so we will want to create some story and talk just to make you feel that I'm with you, that's all. Actually, there's nothing much to talk. There's nothing important, but just, that's why the Buddha say, frivolous talk. We are just entertainer. You are entertaining each other. So when you are a Buddhist, you don't want to entertain anymore, you want to stay quiet. I'm okay, Praveen. Only my nose is always giving me trouble, and I'm not interested to see any doctor, so I just let it be. So I live until already 67 years old is good enough already, doesn't matter. So you all just pay attention to what I'm telling you according to the Buddha teaching. So you all practice quickly, strive, apamadena, sampadena, quickly strive and try to attain. Old machine is like that. Old machine means like human, the body when old already like old machine. So what the Buddha says is true. Birth, aging, sickness, death. Some will be birth, sickness, aging, and death. Why? Why aging and sickness can interchange? Because some die young, some die old. So sickness comes faster than old age. Some they live until old age and then they die without sickness. But when you die, also sickness, because everything deteriorate already. So it's either birth, aging, sickness, death, or birth, sickness, aging, death. So this is unstoppable. In the 31 plane of existence, even if you are born in the Deva realm, no one, nothing can stop this cycle. Luckily, we meet the Buddha. If not, you and me will not be sitting here tonight. We will be going party. We will be going maybe holiday. We will be maybe gathering with friends, having a good laugh, entertainer, like a clown, entertaining each other, laughing, ha 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 ha, feverish talk, talking all the nonsense, actually of no value. We just make it sound like got value, sound like you love me, I love you. But actually we are entertaining each other to accompany each other in disguise. Because many people fear to be alone. And many people also fear not only fear to be alone, they want to become somebody. They want to know that they want someone to love. Some are going after love. Want someone to love. So we cannot be alone. That's a problem. Provided you already holiday finished already, you come back already, or you are still on tour in India, in Sri Lanka. Practice everywhere. You go everywhere. It doesn't matter where you go. You are still inside here. You can go to the cave. You can go to the monastery. You can wear the robes. You are still inside here. If you don't practice, wherever you go, also no use. So for those who stay home, you can practice in your home. Pick your home into a secluded place. Best if there is bachelor, or maybe your children are all grown up. Then you can rest early in the room. Then you can do some meditation. Alright? Okay? So the Buddha teaching is actually about the 5 aggregates. The 5 aggregates, if you do not recognize them, such as the aggregates of thinking, aggregates of Vedana, feelings, aggregates of the sense door, the perception door, and aggregates of they call it thinking as mental fabrication. The mind is always making picture. So actually the mind is always making story, and the story comes from the sense door, and also come from the memory, present, and also some from the past. So that's why Paticca Samuppada explained it very clearly. When you have already this body, then the body will, with the sense door, then there is violation. And then there is violation because there is a possibility for you to create this one. That is because of the sense door. You got the sense door, and you have the sense space, external sense space, then the internal sense door. The sense door are the eye, the ear, but external are the object. So this object and the sense door when you start to use them, you start to violate. You start to create problems. There is a greed arising from there because you use the sense door. That's why then when you use the sense door, where does karma start to manifest? How do karma start to come up? Is because it started from the Vedana. After using the sense door, it went through one door after another door. That is the aggregates. Once you see, then you see before there's no feelings. When you see, there's no feelings. When you see, what happened after you see? Start thinking. mental fabrication first. After the door has contacted another object outside, I read you I read you first Praveen, no teacher, I'm still in Maharashtra province. I'm traveling, but I meditate when I'm sitting in my relative place. Okay, I try to avoid crowd and be peaceful place. Mostly no need to talk unnecessary. Yeah, no need to talk unnecessary. But when we relate with relative, then courtesy talk. Try to tell them about Dharma lah. Like myself, when I was with my family, they chit chat to me. They know I don't chit chat nonsense. I don't chit chat freely. So I don't talk much. I only, when I want to talk, I talk to them about what the Buddha say. And they know I keep my precept well, so they don't make any food that they slaughter or what. So they also don't slaughter. I keep on telling them. The whole family, I keep on talking to them. They want to listen, don't want to listen. I just like a recorder, automatic play when I see them. So and the best thing is that when I take them out for food, when I'm the one who do the payment, so that's the best time I tell them, and they will pay a lot of attention because I'm doing dana for them. So they don't have to pay anybody, so I'm the one who's paying. So when I'm talking, they are listening. So dana is very powerful. So when you do dana for the family, I suppose you are the breadwinner, then everyone pay attention on what you say. Even though they don't really like it, but gradually they listen to you. And if you are talking Dharma, they will slowly understand what you're trying to say. Yeah. And that you will know there's a small change in them. Slowly they start to change from don't like to hear the Buddha Dharma, then they start to pay attention, because the Dharma is about them. It's about them. They are human, right? They are putujana. Because of their mind are so ignorant, they just don't want to listen. So when you are a Buddhist who is in the family, you don't let them go free. You help them before they die. You keep on talking to them Dharma. Initially, when in the last time when I tell them Dharma, they laugh at me, but now they stop laughing already. You see, improvement. They don't laugh anymore. They pay attention already. They don't joke anymore. Last time when I talk Dharma when I was a young man. When I was new in the Buddhist arena, so when I talk, they laugh at me. They said I'm absurd. I'm too indulged. This is all made up. So my knowledge was not developed that time. Now, no, they cannot escape me anymore. I've experienced cessation of consciousness. I know very well. I know the Buddha. Even I don't see the Buddha now, I know the Buddha is perfect. So once you have attained, attained means cessation of consciousness. Actually, it is now written in books already. Mahasi Sayadaw also wrote already there. Then those Ariya monks, those who have attained, they wrote into books already. So now it's no different from talking now. They don't have to say they attained. By the way they write on the book, the way they elaborate it, then you know they are Ariya. You can know between the real attainment person and a person who just read. When you come to emphasizing, try to make it elaborate more and more, he has endless way to elaborate how he comes to experience that moment. But those who read book, they cannot elaborate very far. Because they have not tasted it. Those who have experienced it, you ask them, no matter how you pose them any question about that the attainment is this, you ask them 100 times, 1,000 times, they will tell you. They will know how to tell you. They use many ways to explain to you. So when they already attained, they have full confidence already in the Buddha, In the Buddha, even they don't see the Buddha, they already have full confidence in the teaching, and they have full confidence in the Sangha. You know why they have full confidence? Because the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha, they trust the Sangha now, because the Sangha are talking about Dana and precept, and that is according to the teaching of the Buddha. So even the Sangha, a new Sangha or on the way to practice, no one look down on them anymore, because they are practitioners. They are beings that are struggling. They are struggling to attain. So we give them support. All these lay people give them support by giving them food, dana. So if those monks who are sincere and honest and really wants to attain and experience Bhagapala in this life, then they must not be lazy. That's why the Buddha say, Apamadena Sampadeta, don't be lazy. Alright, and the Buddha also say that this is the only way, no other way. The only way means what? The only way is what? Actually, you ask yourself, the only way is to practice until your mind become calm, and when the mind become calm, you can see the 5 aggregates. Actually, the 37 alignment factors inside there, sometimes the aggregates is say as 4 power. They emphasize as the 4 power or the 5 aggregates, and they are, because the Buddha says that you already got a body. So body, then feeling first or seeing first, base door, sense door, perception door. That is before you can violate, before you can cause bad karma, right? You must have the sense door, right? Not. So the Buddha say, birth is suffering because you have a body already. Every birth is suffering because this sense door are going to cause you trouble. This body is going to be hungry. Every existence in the 31 plane of existence, everyone has to be born. When you are born, you are not permanent. You're subject to deterioration. So the Buddha put it this way: they come, and they exist and stay for a while, and then they vanish. So the Buddha Dhamma is very, very short. In the time of the Buddha, even the beggar, there was one beggar. If you read the commentary, the sutta, the Buddha approached a beggar. That beggar, the Buddha can know that this beggar in his past life was practicing very well. So see, you practice very well, sometimes you're born again, you can become a beggar. Because why? You know why? No dana. No dana. So everyone, if you suppose you just practice, and then you don't do dana, you got no dana, you got sila, say you got sila but no dana. So you practice very well, you become sotapanna, but you will be born very poor. Also will be born very poor. So don't neglect dana, every one of you. In my talk, I explained to you about Moggallana and the Buddha who went up to the heaven realm and met a woman there, saw a woman deva so special, so grand. Her existence in the deva realm was so grand. And Moggallana knows this woman, that when she was a lay disciple, she just do dana, but nothing other than doing dana already, not like some of us are. Some of the Buddha disciple, lay disciple, they build temple, they make road, they do a lot of offering, not only the food. But this particular woman only offer dana, and then how come born into the heaven realm so special? Here. Remember, those who have listened, I hope you all are listening to my talk, repeatedly listening. Not say you listen tonight and then after that, forget it already. No one answer me here. I think no one listening my talk again and again. That's a problem with us human. Because why? Important point also you all miss out already. Okay, what I'm going to tell you now is Moggallana and the Buddha went to the heavenly realm and see this woman. Wow, so very nice place. Actually, the Buddha are not contemplating on everyone of the being. What caused him to be like that? Not all the time, you know. Yes, Praveda. The Buddha not all the time contemplate. If he don't contemplate, he cannot know one. He must contemplate. He must contemplate using his abhidya. Something like Superman. The Superman don't always use his superpower one, right? Not. So only when he want to use that, you become very powerful. So Buddha also the same. When he don't use his like normal being like you and me, but when he use that, he can see. He has the power to see infinite lives. Not every one of us can do it. We also not possible. One life also cannot see, right? But doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Important is to experience the Four Noble Truths. So become Sotapanna first. Why? So that you don't have to go to the Four Woeful Realm. When you become a Sotapanna, you are like a contract guarantee already. You're guaranteed not to go there. So in this life, you can be at least relaxed, happy. So when you're happy, even when you're sick, you're not afraid already, right? Not? You don't go and run after doctor because why? Not because you are ready. Not because you don't fear death. You also fear death. Nobody want to die, right? Not? But we know in the human realm, everybody die. Now you are a Buddhist disciple, Buddha disciple. You know all the 21 planes also die. So that is natural for us already. For us, we as a Buddhist, even you have not attained yet, you must accept death as natural. When it comes, we don't fear. Because when you come, when you are born, you also don't know, right? Not? Right? Not? Everyone is laughing. So when we die, we tell our family, laugh lah. Don't need to cry anymore, because when I come, you're also happy. When I die, also you all must be happy. So when we come, we don't know, but when we die, we must aware, and we must be happy. And how to be happy? If you become a Sotapanna, then you will be happy. So you have experienced all the pain, all the dukkha, all the numbness, all the heat when you meditate for a long time, right? So when you want to die, the pain will be always like that. Possibly there will be no pain for some people. Like jhana, when they go into jhana, they got no pain because they separate the mind from the body already. So when you only leave the mind, then leaving the body, then there's no pain. Only the mind only. So there's no pain. You can do that, yes? You can do that. Not surprised. So when you see the doctor inject you, when they inject you, tranquilizer, then after that you see they cut you, so you don't pain, right? Not? Why? Because in the medicine there is a molecule that goes to your brain, the sensory, the nerve that goes and sends signal to the brain. That one they block. There's a molecule, a medication that goes there like our nerve, like a wire. Then they will goes there and then stop. Then signal cannot go through anymore, so you don't feel the pain. So when the mind is separated from the body, when you are in jhana or you are in samadhi, the pain become the problem of the body, the khandhas, the aggregates, or they call it the kilesa, are less already. So you find that it's very peaceful. So that's why the Buddha say, in order to reach Nibbana, you must have calm mind, peaceful mind. And in order to do that, you have to focus on the mind. Has to be obedient. The mind, we do not know how to make the mind obedient, because if without the Buddha teaching, so the Buddha tell us to focus on the object, one object. So there are two ways of meditation now. One is samatha, one is vipassana. Both also can reach Nibbana. Actually, samatha is practice until they go into absorption, jhana absorption, fourth jhana, when the mind is really peaceful already. Peaceful in a way is happy, but when it's happy, they will have to practice repeatedly. Actually, it's a very tough job for samatha practitioner. You have to practice until the mind can go into absorption, go in and come out easily. You anytime you sit, you already go to absorption. That's called mastery. People don't tell you. So you meditate, you have to become mastery. That means you will practice until you sit, immediately sit for a while, pop, go to jhana already like that. That is called mastery. You want to come out, also can come out. Want to go in, also can go in. That is called the fourth jhana, where you become professional. If you just go in and come out, cannot go in again, not yet mastery, so no use also. So you must practice until you can go in and come out anytime, right? But in vipassana, you will not be able to go into that state of mind, but you will be able to continue flow. You will be able to develop the mind into a state of concentration called Khanika Samadhi, momentarily Samadhi. Momentarily Samadhi, actually, in short, to make it simplify, is the mind will be able to focus on the breath continuously, right? And it's just like struggling, tug of war. You never give up, but you continue flowing, continue watching the rising and falling. That's why you see how in vipassana you find a lot of dukkha, because you see the four noble truth. The four noble truth is dukkha. So you have panya, you develop panya instead of you develop jhana. You develop panya. So when you develop panya, you must focus still, and you need certain amount of samadhi, and that samadhi will arise in the contemplation of every breath. Because every breath, when you watch every breath, mentally you say rising, with upeka falling. If you don't say, you are not using the Eight Noble Path, the effort by full concentration. You must use, you must say. That's why usually when you are practicing vipassana, rising, falling, you will say for a while, but usually many will not say. They stop saying, and they are sitting there assuming they are rising, falling, but they are no more rising, falling. They are ideal already, quite ready, taken over the five aggregates. The five aggregates already overruled. So that's why you must not be lazy. The Buddha said, Appabadena Sampatita. The meaning, the word is so simple. Don't be lazy. Strive on diligently. Continue watching your rising and falling is the meaning. If you are practicing vipassana, the Buddha said, continue watching your rising and falling diligently. Don't stop for a moment. Just continue watch rising and falling. When you do that, you are developing what? Sati. Focusing sampajana, yoniso manasikara. And sampajana, you are focusing, you are bringing your mind to the abdomen and focus. So you look at the microscope, you are focusing, tuning to make the thing become enlarged until very clear. So actually, meditation is the same, but it's like a microscope. You are bringing the specimen and put it under the microscope, and you are focusing it. That is, focusing is sampajana. When you bring the specimen is yoniso manasikara. You bring the specimen. It means to say you bring the mind wandering mind to the object, to the abdomen, and then you focus. So in order to do that, you must use effort by full concentration, which is the Eight Noble Path. So the Eight Noble Path, you must know. You must say mentally. If you don't say, you are not using the Eight Noble Path. You may say initially rising, falling, maybe 2 or 3 times, then you stop saying. then but you are still rising falling, no doubt, but after a while no more. Yes, the 5 aggregates will override, and until you also don't know. That's why you'll be sitting there like that. Anyone who don't say rising falling can never progress if they will practice vipassana. But in the samatha, they will have to also say rising falling. Why? They have to say rising falling to develop, to bring the mind to the place so that the mind will stay quiet. So when the mind stay quiet, the mind will start to enter the state of samadhi. When the samadhi for samadhi, the mind will start to make picture, fabrication, projection. The mind will start to project picture, right? And when you, at this point, this nimitta, they call it nimitta in the commentary, is called nimitta. It has two-sided face. It is good if you know how to, you understand how to apply, to use it. It become bad if you use them wrongly. Just like a sword, a knife. If you use it, the sword is a dangerous thing. If you, and also it's also called a useful things. If you use it properly, then it is harmless. If you use it in the wrong way, the sword become dangerous. So when you are practice vipassana, you will have all this samadhi. Samadhi means calmness of mind, and the mind will start to make story. They will send picture. They will make picture for you, and when you are practicing, the mind will project picture. They call it nimitta, and usually it's the bright object, very bright object, like a spotlight. It's a spotlight. So many of you, I don't know, have you seen the spotlight or what? I believe I know she have seen it already. So the spotlight is a big light. So when I was practicing myself when I was young, I saw the light very bright, just like a sunlight, bright, very bright object. So for those samatha, they will go and attach to that object, the light. But for vipassana, they just knowing there's a light, that is arising in front of you. You cannot do anything. You cannot. You have no rising falling. You just like a tire that is driving a highway speed. Then the tire broken already. The tire puncture. All the 4-wheel puncture. Your mind is free, floating, because the object is there. You cannot. The object is drawing your attention, and you cannot even rising falling. And you are free, like in space. You are like in space, float in space, freely, just float by itself. And then you don't have to do anything, the light is there. You don't have to even, there's no rising, there's nothing to do, but the light is there. This is called nimitta, or it is also can be called a state of samadhi or jhana, also can. And everything become easy, no hindrances, because that is concentration has been developed. So for samatha, they will go and attach to that, and then after that they go into the object, they become the object, right? And then from there they will have to come out. For those go in and come out, so the object every time they sit, the object can come out very fast, and then all the hindrances cannot come. When that object is there, no hindrance can come. So this samatha practitioner will be easily to master the object. So they sit, and then the light will come, then they will go and absorb, and there they stay. But If they want psychic, then they have to absorb it and manipulate. That you must ask the samatha psychic teacher already. So, but for vipassana, we are not interested in psychic. We are not interested. So when we see the object, we just know there's the object with upeka. Then the object will vanish gradually, and we continue back to our object of contemplation. Object. There's a breath, rising, falling, rising, falling. And as you are able to continue rising, falling, that is already samadhi. How many of you can really continue rising, falling, rising, falling? It won't be long that you forget, you stop saying rising, falling, right? That means your development mindfulness is not good yet. If a person with good mindfulness, they will be able to continue rising, falling, swallowing. They say if they swallow saliva, they know swallowing, rising, falling, and then now they know there is a sensation in the body, touching. Then they are focused on the touching. That is also still flowing. That means still the mind is continue flowing with the phenomena of the body and the mind. So when you are able to continue focusing on the rising and the falling and the object of the mind, it can be the aggregates, you know that this is thinking. When there's a thinking, you know there's a thinking. You just say thinking, and then after that, go back to your object of rising and falling and the abdomen and focus. As you focus, you are developing calmness, and when you are calm, you can see again another aggregates. This time possibly you'll be seeing the Vedana. So when you see the Vedana, then you don't go and attach to the Vedana. You know the Vedana can be a good feeling, it can be a bad feeling. So if it's a good feeling, then you know it's a good feeling. Just be upeka, non-attachment. You are practicing detachment. In this way, you are learning to let go of all concept, all idea. So when you are able to let go of all idea, wisdom arise, knowledge arise. And as you continue practicing your object of concentration, there's a primary object, your breath. As you continue repeatedly rising, falling, this aggregates, the five of them will come, one after another. They come and go, repeated process. So that's where you have to continue, be mindful. That's why the Buddha said continuous mindfulness, seeing things as they really are. At that very moment when your vipassana is developing, you don't expect to have a jhana like the samatha practitioner. There's no jhana for you. Yours is all momentary samadhi. Momentarily, they call it khanika samadhi. All this samadhi will be when you are able to continue focus on the right. As long as you continue able to focus with upeka, that is already your khanika samadhi, and you are actually walking towards nibbana already, right? So by watching rising, falling continuously, then the aggregates arise. Then you start to see things as they really are. That means you are developing calmness of mind. When calmness of the mind it has been established, they call it samadhi, has been established, then you can see the phenomena of mind, and the phenomena of mind and the body. And what are these phenomena? They are the aggregates. When you can see these aggregates, then you know what to do. You need to detach them. Then you must able to also identify them already. So when you are able to identify these aggregates, which is the feelings and the thinking, which is the most prominent, that you know this thinking, stop. You have to stop them. How to stop? You have to repeatedly say Thinking, thinking, thinking. When you see a better object arise, you know it's also thinking, thinking, thinking. Then go back to rising, falling, rising, falling. When you say thinking, 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 it is also you are also continuously applying effort, mindful concentration. That's why the Buddha say you must apply the Eight Noble Path continuously. That will lead you to the Four Noble Truths. So while you are practicing the Eight Noble Path by this way of instruction, such as rising, mentally by say rising, falling, say falling, and watch the motion, you are indirectly already applying the effort, mindful concentration in that moment to moment. And that moment and to the moment, when well established, develop samadhi. Samadhi means you are able to have a peaceful mind. When the mind becomes peaceful, it is just like the water in the pond. In the pond, no more ripples. So when there's no more ripple, you can see what's inside the pool of water. Similarly, when the mind becomes calm, you are able to see the aggregates. The aggregates, that is what the Buddha say. Seeing things as they really are, the troublemaker. Aggregates is the troublemaker. They are the thinking. You know, you are thinking everything, and the thinking will only arise when there is fabricating. So the aggregates is called mental formation. After the thing is formed, then you start to think. When there is no formation, you cannot think. The mind is with the five aggregate is the mental fabrication: body, feelings, perception, mental formation, and consciousness. And remember, body, feeling, perception, mental formation, consciousness. This mental formation is always making picture. And this picture, how does the picture come? It must have the sense door. It's called what is called perception. Perception is the sense door. So where all the hearing comes from here, seeing comes from here, smelling comes from here, tasting comes from here. So the moment you see, you don't think yet. The moment you see, the mental fabrication, the factory in the mind will make picture. After making picture, you start to think. When you start to think, then you have feelings. Vedana will arise already. So Vedana when arise already, you act on the Vedana. Suppose you accept that Vedana is anger. It's not happy. You see someone in the mind you don't like because last time he scold you. Your mind will make picture. He scold you. Now you must scold him. He show you the face of the guy, the man. When he scold you, he was so ugly. So the picture will be making. So you do not know. You do not see things as they really are when you are not mindful. When you are not practicing the satipatthana, the way to practice is called satipatthana. When you are not learning yet, you do not know how to practice yet. So this object cannot be seen. This mental fabrication cannot be seen. But even though the Vedana can be realized, but you do not understand how to apprehend, stop the Vedana from arising. Usually, a normal Putujana, they will not know that the mental fabrication is taking place in the mind. He only know how to think. And when he start thinking, he thinking of all the nonsense. And the more he think, the thinking will goes to activate the feelings. So when the feeling is being activated by the nonsense thinking, then violation will come already. Maybe he want to go and quarrel with that guy. The mind keep on making story. Go lah. Make a picture. You must go and see him. If you go and see him, then you are a coward. So the mind is exaggerating, storytelling, fantasizing everything. And that is why the Buddha called ignorant. Ignorant of seeing things as they really are. Ignorance of not able to see the five aggregates. When not able to see the five aggregates, everyone of being in existence suffer. Trouble come to them. Friends and friends quarrel. Country and country go to war. The ill will, the jealousy, everything arises from there. Everything arises from there, just like a spark that leads to a big fire. So if you have experience following the teaching of the Buddha by the way of practicing the breath, and when you are watching the breath, you must say rising, falling, because if you don't say, you are not applying the Eight Noble Path. That is, effort, mindful concentration has not been used in that moment of breath, rising. The rising, if you don't use effort, mindful concentration, cannot use. You would not say, you become so lazy. You would not say, that is no effort, no mindful, no concentration. But only if you follow closely what I teach you. Say, that is for everybody. It doesn't care who are you. You are a beginner, you are a monk or whatever. You must say rising, falling. You cannot say that I already Sotapanna, I don't have to say. Still must say. Until you become Arhanta, you don't have to say anymore. You don't have to meditate anymore. There's nothing for you to do anymore when you become Arhanta. You don't have to meditate. You don't have to chant Dhamma, all no more. No more violation for you. Even with a sense law, they cannot harm you anymore. Can understand? So every one of you must understand what the Buddha is actually telling you. The Buddha is telling you to see the aggregates. That is body, feelings, perception, mental formation, consciousness. And when you see the aggregates, you see Paticca Samuppada complete in detail. Even you close your eye, you can see everything clearly. So the moment you can see this clearly, you will enter the cessation of consciousness. The mind will, the aggregates will shy away, no more. The consciousness that thinking is depending on the consciousness. That what has been thinking is depending on the mental fabrication of the mental fabrication. Thinking is depending on that, and thinking is depending on the fabrication of the mind. Fabrication of the mind is depending on the base sense law. And Vedana is depending on thinking and mental fabrication. So when there is thinking, you know. That's why you say thinking, thinking, thinking. You see something, you're very angry, you say thinking, 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 or you say seeing, seeing, seeing. And when you hear something not nice, you say hearing, hearing, hearing. You don't say heard, heard, heard. Heard means you already know, or what he say, the whole story you know. So you hearing, hearing. So hearing, hearing, you intercept. You cut. That means when you say hearing, you cut. You cut that sense contact. Sense contact. You don't hear. You don't heard. You just hearing sound as sound. So in this sense, this hearing, you do not heard, then it doesn't go to the to the mind. The factory cannot produce picture. There's nothing to produce. So there's no Vedana. When there's no Vedana, there's no hate or love. It's Upeka. So there's no akusala. You don't go and create any more akusala. In this way, you cut all cause and condition. And in this way, you practice until repeatedly. It's a repeating process. Even though you are a beginner or you are advanced, you have to continue flow with the Eight Noble Path. That means you have to rising, falling, coming back. After the samadhi is over, you come back. After the jhana is over, you come back. After the absorption is over, you come back. Rising, falling. You don't go and say, where is the absorption? Why no more? Why this, why that? There's no why this and why that. You just yoniso manasikara sampajana. And that's why the Buddha say there is upeka. Now you are already upeka. You are no more greed already. Inquisitive no more. Busybody no more. You see things as they really are. Arise and disappear. Knowing and knowing. The mind becomes just knowing. No like or dislike anymore. That is upeka. Until it is timely. Alright? Until it's timely, this knowing is mature. Meaning to say the mind is perfect already. Perfect already, the mind is perfect. Then this knowing mind will shut down, cease, vanish. When the thinking shut down, the mind will shut down. Consciousness will shut down, vanish. When it vanish, you are Arya. You have experienced the Four Noble Truths. Cessation of suffering. Actually, is cessation of consciousness. The aggregates. You have a body, you have consciousness. When consciousness vanishes, what is body? That body is nothing. You don't even know you have body. There is no body anymore. So you become a nobody. Understand? Everyone, Tan Siu Hong, Teck Lee Chiu, Sai Guan Li, Wei Lim can understand, Pravin can understand. That's why you all must listen again and again. So, finally, I recap. The teaching of the Buddha start with awareness. In a more crude form, the Buddha saw it detailed. Start with dada. You start to do dada. After listening the Dhamma, after listening to the monk, that's why Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha first. First you know, oh Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha. Then you go in. What is Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha? You agree that initially you don't know who is the Buddha, who is the Dhamma, who is the Sangha. First you want to do, someone introduce you. Then you can't go to this monastery. Then you go lah. You go already and you see them go do offering. You see all these people doing offering of food. So this is called the first teaching Dhamma of the Buddha is Dada. So you don't know how to do Dada, so you start with doing Dada. You see your friend do, you do. After doing Dada, your heart becomes very soft. Earlier you were very stingy or maybe very miser. I don't want to give things. You are not used to giving. So after you start with Dada, initially you are also very stingy maybe, but after a while you become more generous. And then as you do Dada, you go to the monastery. That's why monk is very important to keep on giving Dhamma talk every day. Give Dhamma talk. Cannot just wait for the food. You must give Dhamma talk like my teacher every day give Dhamma talk. They don't care one devotee come, also he give Dhamma talk. He don't wait for food, eat already and then go back. He told everybody, I got nothing to give you, but I have to give you according to the Buddha. I can give you one thing. The very precious one is the Dhamma, the teaching of the Buddha. So every day he will be there sitting, waiting for the time to have his food, Dada food offered by devotee. He will give Dada. He will give Dhamma talk to anybody. Even the old devotee, he will keep on giving Dhamma talk. Even you are already old timer, he don't care. He will give you Dhamma talk. That's always very interesting. Going to the monastery when my teacher was alive. when I was following him. Every time I enjoy listening his Dharma talk, never outdated. I never get bored with his Dharma talk. Even if you know it's a repeated one, I never get bored. So every one of you must not get bored, right? Now, just now I skipped one very important matter already. You see, I got so many things to tell you all. I want you all to listen the tape again and again, even though you think you know already. If you think you know already, one day if you're supposed to come and meet me, then I ask you, then I tell you, you cannot answer me for sure. But some of them, like Mei Lim, sure can. Pravin also possibly can already. Some of my students, they are very well developed already, so I think they should be able to answer me a little bit, maybe not 100%. Yeah, but if they are listening to my recorded live over and over, you can see a lot of things you are missing out. A lot of quality stuff is you may miss out by hearing just like that. But if you continue listening, then you will pick them up slowly. You pick them up, and when you pick them up, it will go into your mind. And when you practice, you use it. And when you practice, you understand the mind states. So about the woman, remember I was talking about the woman. Why is she so special in the Deva realm? So Moggallana and the Buddha asking, but the Buddha can know, but the Buddha just sometimes don't want to contemplate, because there are time in the Buddha time, a lot of these monks, Sangha pass away, then they will come and ask the Buddha, where Lord teacher, where does this monk go? Where he go? So when in the kampung, in the surrounding countryside, or whoever die, then the disciple or the people will come and say, Lord Buddha, where does my mama go? Where does my papa go? Where does this datuk go? Where does this fellow go? So the Buddha say, if like that, the Buddha say, he don't have to teach already, because every day so many people die. You all want to know where he go, right? Not so. The Buddha say, practice his teaching, and you don't have to worry where you go. You're going to go up, that's all. Practice Dada, Sila, Bhavana. You don't have to ask, and you don't have to worry. When death comes, you don't have to worry. You will go to the good realm for sure. So do Dada, Sila, Bhavana. So coming to the lady, what you do? So now everyone listen again. Next time you go to monastery, right? Every time you go to monastery, you do Dada. When you offer the food, before the monk accept it from you, in your heart you say, offer to all the Sangha. Okay? First pointer, important one. Tell your friends, tell your relative when you go to do Dada in the temple. Even one bowl of rice also doesn't matter. When you offer to the monk, before you offer, when you stretch your hand, you say, may this Dada food be offered to all the Sangha. Means all the Sangha means what, you know? Your Dada is for all the Sangha, not for one particular monk. Maybe I'm a monk, you just offer to me. No, when you offer, in your heart you say all the Sangha. And number two, when you do the Dada, the second vow is you say, may I attain Magapala. May I attain Magapala. So these two, you will have to put in your head and remember when you go to do Dada in the monastery. And share this knowledge to all your friends. Tell them to remember. But I tell you, many will forget to say like that. Many will forget to say like that because they do not know the importance. So this is the knowledge that we get from the sutta about Moggallana and the Buddha meeting the lady in the heaven, Deva, in the heavenly realm, and living in such a wonderful place. And what she do in her life when she was living, she only do Dada, but she say this when she offer. She say this. Every one of you, please remember. See, that's why when I ask just now, no one answer me. Some of you has been listening for some time, so you still don't answer me. That's why. So I know from here that you are not listening to my live chat that is recorded. You only listen one time. After that, you don't listen again. That is not a good idea. I listen to my teacher Dharma talk repeatedly, and every time I repeat, I gather new knowledge. Because why, every time when you listen, your panya, your wisdom start to expand. Your wisdom become more wiser. We keep on listening the good Dharma, the real Dharma, your knowledge keep on expanding, panya. So it will also affect your meditation. Your meditation, you can progress very fast. But you know that, no? That's why the Buddha said, Dana, Sila, Bhavana, and also listening to Dhamma, keeping close to good friends. Who are the good friends? The wise one, Arya. You will know, and also keep close to your good friends are also the monk. The Sangha are your good friends. Keep close, help them, and then keep close to Arya means those who have attained. They teach you, then you keep close and you practice. Don't keep close only, practice. Don't hear here, go out here. That is not the way. So remember how to practice vipassana, right? Now I ask you, suppose you all are here live with me, I ask you question, then you have to answer me. Do you know how to practice rising, falling down? When you say rising, falling, you must say or not? Rising, yes or no? Must say or not? Yes, must say. If you don't say, just don't say means you are not using effort mindful concentration. That means you are not listening to the Buddha. The Buddha message never never come to your head. That means the effort mindful concentration is not being used. So for my case, I'm the Arya. I teach you because we already experienced, we know already. So you must say rising, falling. You don't this. I ask you again. That's why you see, those who never know, never put a good. I will know. Not that I want you all to write good. Here I can see those who see. Only one person can put a good like that. Means that one person know. And the private also say, yes, teacher. See, they answer me. Understand. Bailim also put understand. See, my students, those who have been following, they can understand. So all the beginner like tonight, maybe some new one come in, they will not understand because they never heard me talking before, or they only want to listen to monk. Don't look down on lay people who are Arya. Try to listen. Good. I take lead. Good. Every one of you try to respond like that, and then I will know who is not responding. Then I will repeat again. When you're quiet, I thought you all cannot understand, so I got to use another example. I will be talking repeatedly, merry-go-round, going down again, and start all over again. But I'll use another version to explain. That's why I told you those who have attained the Arya, they can have many ways to explain to you, right? Unless you are live with me, you're sitting in front of me, I talk, you answer me, then I know you have already know. So I don't go again and give another example. Good. At least some of you can understand. It's good already. So the Buddha say the highest, the most powerful miracle is not psychic. It's not saying that you can look at the past life and you can read the mind, or you can float in the air, or what. Actually, the Buddha say, if you can teach Dhamma, correct Dhamma, and also can make your follower become Arya, and those who follow you, they progress. The Buddha said this is the most powerful psychic. Can you understand? Can you understand? Dhamma is very important. Without Dhamma, none of us will be here. There's nothing to talk. So that's why the Buddha is the important one. Then the Dhamma is the important one. Then the next comes the Sangha. The Sangha will be talking the Dhamma and practicing the way. So they become also the important part of the teaching. So the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha. And the Sangha, for every one of you who practice and become Arya, you also become the Sangha, even though you are in the layman clothes. Like me, I'm in layman clothes, right? Not, but I'm also the Sangha because I already attained. So the Buddha say when a person who has attained on the first stage of Ariya, that is the Sotapada, it can be also a Sakadagami, which can be attained by lay people. The first two Ariya can be a lay people. In the time of the Buddha, many are lay people. Like you know, I mentioned it to you before. Anathapindika is a Sotapada. Visakha, Sujata was also a Sotapada at the time. They are all lay people. They never renounce. And then even in the time of the Buddha, monk even ask this Sujata, Visakha, Anathapindika, Dhamma also, because they are very devotee, as like Ananda to the Buddha. They are very devoted. They pay attention to what the Buddha has been teaching. They offer marvelous dana. They have no doubt in the Buddha. They have no doubt in Sariputta, Moggallana, Ananda. That is the Sangha. And because of they have no doubt, they attain. They become Sotapada themselves. So every one of you here, if you have no doubt on what I'm telling you tonight, your potential for Sotapada, and the only thing now is you must know what I've said here. You must listen again and again. The Buddha message is to see things as they really are. What are all these things? They are the five aggregates, and they are the troublemaker, and they are the one that brings you life after life. Upon your death, you'll be born and you must have a body. You will find a body, and this body will be depending on your karma, your good deeds. And your good deeds are about dana, about sila, about bhavana. Alright? So if your dana, you're not doing dana, but you keep a lot of sila very well, and you do meditation, maybe you become a Sotapada, but you'll be born for 7 more lives, but you'll be born as a poor person because of no dana. Even Sotapada, if they do dana, they will be born as a poor person. So when you are poor, you suffer. That's why you got 7 lives. Can understand? So tonight, now is 12 o'clock already. Every one of you will be sleeping. Okay lah. I will end here for tonight. Sukhi hotu Buddhang Dhammang Sanghang Gacchami. Everyone take your own precept in the house, and then transfer money by yourself, and then you can then go to sleep. Alright? I will do here myself afterward. Sukhi hotu Buddhang Dhammang Sanghang Gacchami, and see you tomorrow. Good night.